Okay guys, so here's a nice video for us to review the law of sines. Again, I just picked about 4 problems from yesterday's worksheet. While I'm gone today though, please try that shorter worksheet. Put the work in your notebook. I repeat, put that work in your notebook, okay? But I need you to work through while I'm gone some more law of sine problems together, help each other out. But anyways, let's get started here. So in this one right here, guys, what are we going to do? Well, they're asking for BC. So here's side BC. Notice it's opposite with this 28-degree angle. So I could say that the sine of 28 degrees...
Incoming call.
Sorry for that phone call interruption there. So as I was saying, we're going to take the sine of 28 degrees. We're going to divide by that opposite side BC. Always match up the opposite angle with the opposite side. All right, now that's going to equal, now we just need another good ratio here. Now we have a little problem. We know we have 52, but we don't know what angle B is. But we should know that every triangle adds up to 180. So I'm going to take 180, I'm going to subtract 42 and 28 from it. And again, you could use your calculator to do that, but we end up getting 110 degrees. Okay? And so now we know that angle B right here is 110 degrees, because again, every triangle adds up to 180, right? And now we have our second ratio here and here. I know that the 110 is opposite with 52, so I could say the sine of 110 degrees goes with the 52. Again, always match up the opposite side with the opposite angle. All right, so doing a little algebra now, I know cross multiplying this way, I'm going to take 52 times the sine of 28 degrees. That has to equal, this way, BC times the sine of 110 degrees. From here, we can solve for this BC, because all I need to do is divide each side by the sine of 110 degrees. So BC is going to equal whatever this quantity is here. And now we go to our calculator down here. I'm going to take 52, I'm going to times that with the sine of 28. And then I just need to divide by the sine of 110. So there's my answer right there. So I know BC is 25.979. If we were to round off, we would say it's approximately 26. And that is the law of sines. Okay, let's pick up the pace here just a little bit. Here's a similar problem. So I know this angle's 33. I know this angle's 89. I'm going to take 33 with 89. Let's see what that is. 12, 1, 122. I'm going to subtract from 180. And if I do that correctly, this angle comes out to be 58 degrees. Now, I needed to know 58 degrees because, notice, that angle B, 58 degrees, is opposite with 28. So I can say that the sine of 58 degrees goes with the 28. Now we're going to be able to solve. We're trying to find BC, which is this side here, top left. And we know that is opposite with this 89 degree angle. So we're going to say that the sine of 89 degrees goes with our missing BC. And now we can do a little bit of algebra and solve here. So cross multiplying this way, I got BC times the sine of 58 degrees. That's got to equal, cross multiplying this way, 28 times the sine of 89 degrees. Solving for BC here, I'm going to just simply divide by the sine of 58 both sides. And so I know that BC equals whatever this is. So I'm going to do 28 times the sine of 89 I'm going to divide by the sine of 58 degrees, and there's my answer. BC must be 33.0119, or rounding off, we'll just say 33. It's not degrees, it's a distance. Oops, messed that one up a little bit. There we go. So again, BC comes out to be approximately 33. All right, now that's finding a missing side. Let's do another one or two with a missing angle. So if we look at this one here, guys, notice I know that 61 degrees is opposite with 29. So I could say that the sine of 61 degrees goes with 29. I'm asked to find angle B down here, which is opposite with 23. So I can say that the sine of B goes with the 23. Now it's time to do a little algebra here. Cross multiplying this way, I got 23 times the sine of 61 degrees. That's got to equal 29 times the sine of B. So I am now going to divide by 29 both sides, and that will give me the sine of B. So let's do this in our calculator. 23 times sine of 61, divide 29 is 0.69366, and so on, right? Well, to find B, what we need to do now is do a sine inverse. So we're going to do a sine inverse. That's not showing up very well. Let's try red. We're going to do a sine inverse. That gets rid of sine, right? So I know my angle B is the sine inverse of that quantity. Notice the weird calculator I use uses arc sine. That's arc sine, same thing as sine inverse. So in my class set calculator, it'll look like this, right? Sine inverse. So what is the sine inverse of this quantity? Well, we now know our angle B is 43.92 degrees. If we were to round off, we would say that's about 44 degrees. Okay, let's do one more. On this one here, we're asked to find angle A. Notice it's opposite with the 7. So I'm going to say that the sine of A, angle A, goes with 7. That's going to equal this 14, notice, is opposite with the 110 degree angle. Remember, always match up opposite sides with the opposite angles. So I can say that the sine of 110 degrees goes with 14. Doing a little algebra here. This way, cross multiplying, I got 14 sine alpha, or sine of angle A, equals, this way, I got 7 times the sine of 110 degrees, which means I can divide by 14, and I will have the sine of A. So we're going to do 7 times the sine of 110. We're going to divide by this 14. We're going to get 0.4698 and so on. To find A, though, we need to do the sine inverse on sine A. So our answer for angle A is going to be the sine inverse, or arc sine, of 0.4698. And that right there tells me angle A must be 28.02 degrees, or rounded off, 28 degrees. And there you have the law of sines, okay? And tomorrow, when I get back to class, we're going to learn the law of cosines. I can't wait to teach that to you guys. So guys, I hope you take notes of these problems in your notebook, okay? Along with doing your work on today's PDF worksheet, also in your notebook. And I'll see you in class tomorrow.